Morena, it's Nathan, day 15 or 16. It's Saturday morning, just around 8 o'clock. Just about to head back to the gym. I got up at 5:30 this morning and headed to the gym, but the downstairs car park and gates and everything was closed, so I ended up coming back home and have just been reading an incredible book that I started reading last night. I've had this book for a while. It was gifted by a very good friend of mine. It's called The Compound Effect. I will maybe put a picture or a link in the description, but it's a fantastic book with a really simple principle that talks about really the consistency. I'm sort of 50, 60 pages in at the moment. I think I'm on the second chapter, which is talking about your choices, and that basically your life is made up of a series of choices that you make every single day, and a lot of the choices that we make we're not even consciously aware of. And one of the methods that he describes that he has sort of attributed to his success is simply just tracking what you do. So in my world, this is basically journaling, and journaling is always something that I've tried to do, but I've had like inconsistency with it. I basically learned about it from the same friend that gifted me the book. He sort of my friend religiously journals every single day and has started, I think he started journaling 2022 or 2020ish, and he was only journaling, like he started off journaling very vaguely, and then it's sort of just become like a habit that he does. And in this book, The Compound Effect, he talks about the whole 3 week, it takes 3 weeks to sort of embed a habit, and I think I referenced that before, but I misquoted it and said it was 4 weeks or something. But yeah, it's a fantastic book, and there's a lot of aspects in it that really resonate with this journey that I'm going through and that we're all struggling with when it comes to losing weight. He, I think it's in chapter 1, he uses an example of 3 people and he gives them different names. I can't remember the names, but there's like Scott and Brad, and I think it was a really good story that kind of illustrated the different choices that we make. So there was a person, I think the first one is like Tim, these 3 people are all the same age, all the same body weight, blah blah blah. Tim doesn't change anything, so he just does the same thing with his life every single day. Scott chooses to eat 120 calories less each day and walk a few thousand steps more a week or something like that. And then this other person, the third friend, Brad, chooses to eat 120 calories extra every day and is like less active. And it says that these changes observably are almost insignificant at a micro level, like you don't really notice the change until the compound effect occurs. And then he kind of plots out a chart where it takes like 32 months to see incredible change, and he kind of steps you through the journey. Like a couple of weeks in, it's almost imperceivable. You can't really tell the difference between all 3 of them. A year later, you still can't really tell the difference, but it takes like 32 months for like significant change to occur, and then he does the calculation that 120 calories each day or a week adds up to like a certain number of thousand. of calories, and then you divide that by 7,000 calories, which is weight loss, because that represents a pound or something. And then at the end of that time, it's like 35 pounds or something. So one person loses 35 pounds and another person gains 35 pounds. And then there are like all of these peripheral impacts as well. Like the person that lost weight is also just happier and their relationships are better. Whereas the person that gained weight, their marriage is kind of on the rocks. And, you know, all these like peripheral things. So this one aspect of your life, weight and eating and activity, can have sort of profound, wide-reaching impact on your life. And this book talks a lot about the importance of taking accountability. So I think he illustrates a story where somebody's giving a lecture and they ask the question to the audience, if you were to give a percentage of who's responsible, like in a relationship between two people, what percentage of responsibility is on you versus the other person? And I think he used himself, where he said, oh, it's easy. This was when he was like 18 years old or something. He said, oh, it's 50-50. And then another person in the crowd said, oh, it's 49-51. And then somebody else said it's 80-20. And then the person on stage starts writing on this whiteboard and he writes down 100 to 0. Basically saying that you have 100% responsibility of every single decision you make of your life, and to stop like blaming other people for your condition, your circumstance. So this obviously applies perfectly well to this whole weight loss concept. You know, it's very easy for us to become victims of the own choices that we've been making. They seem insignificant on a day-to-day micro level, but when you zoom out over, you know, your entire life, like 30 years, 36 years, the compound effect, I should say, it can either play for you, like in a positive sense, or it can play against you in a negative sense. So, fascinating book. It's probably one of the most popular books that I've seen. There's a lot of good books that I've got, and this is one of them. I've had it for ages. I just haven't started reading it. And I started reading it like yesterday, and I'm already 60 pages in because I've just sunk into it. It's not a huge book. It's like 140, maybe it's 200 pages, but it's quite easy to read because there's not a lot of text on each page. So yeah, maybe I think I'll be referencing that book a lot because there's so many golden lessons to be had. Anyway, that's kind of a big sidetrack, but I thought it was relevant to this whole journey that we're talking about. So it's just 8:08 now. It's been 10 minutes. Just been sitting here, or 9 minutes. I'm going to head into the gym. Like I said, I was planning to go to the gym this morning, but it was closed, so I came back home, and I was a bit surprised because normally it's open, and it was just completely like the whole mall was closed. So I'm guessing it's 8 o'clock now. It should be open. I was kind of hoping to get in there first, but yeah, there's probably other people in there now. So I'll go and do a leg and ab workout. I'm also going to change something, but I'll talk about that later. But that's enough for now. I will see you after the workout. Sweet. Man, I just got to the car park and it's pretty busy. Definitely should have came back earlier. Anyway, heading in now and touch base after. Sweet. Yo, workout done. It was a pretty solid workout. I think I got some new personal bests in, which is always a good feeling. I might chuck them on the screen. Hopefully you can hear me. I can't hear anything because I'm hooked into the car. But just leaving the gym now. It's like 9:30. Workout was a little bit over an hour because I kind of took my time this time. I made sure that I calculated all of the weights properly, because last time when I did the leg press, I know that I got the numbers wrong. So yeah, pretty happy about the workout. Everything was pretty good. I simplified the rep count to 10 because I was doing like a mismatch of progressive up to 10. So sometimes I would do like 8 and then 10 and then 9, depending on the weight that I'm working on. But now I've just simplified all of the reps as just 10 reps, and I try to do 3 sets, and then the 4th set I try to like go up to the next weight just to see if I'm ready to progress to the next weight in the following workout. So like for example, what was the last one that I just did? The crunch abdominal machine. I think it goes up to 60 kg, and I was on 45, and I did 3 sets of 45, 10 reps, and then for the 4th set I did 50 kgs, and I could get like 3 reps barely out of it, whereas last week I couldn't even get a single rep out of the 50. So yeah, I don't know, that's kind of promising, I guess. I did do like a really wonky workout last time. I just got the numbers wrong. I did like 45, then it went down to 35, then it went up to 50, and yeah, I couldn't do 50. So this time I just did 45 3 times, 10 reps, and I think the first set was just clean, 10 clean reps, and then the second and third set I basically had to kind of stop around 8, take a pause, do 1 rep, take a breath, do the last rep, and then on the 50 I barely got 1, and then I took a long break, and then I managed to squeeze out 2 more. I guess from fatigue you just need to catch your breath. But yeah, workout was good. Gym wasn't too busy. Managed to get everything done in the sequence that I wanted, except for the crunch. Actually, I normally do the crunch 3rd to last, but I did well, the other 2 ab exercises I did Russian twists with a kettlebell. I did 4 sets of that. Normally I just do 3, and then I also did kettlebell swings, 4 sets of that. Normally just do 3. So heading home now, almost home, and due for breakfast. I'll probably have 6 Weet-Bix because there's no more overnight oats, so I have the typical 6 Weet-Bix, which is nice and convenient from a tracking perspective because I just need to, it's already created as a recipe in MyFitnessPal, so I can just plug that in. But yeah, after reading that book, The Compound Effect, I'll probably talk more about it in the coming days. Yeah, I want to really do a better job of tracking every single thing that I eat. I have been tracking like in Notion and on MyFitnessPal and on Fitbit, because I know in Fitbit you can actually log food. It's not as convenient as MyFitnessPal. It's a little bit more clunky. It's quite manual. You can't like add entire recipes that I could, as far as I could figure out. You could create like a custom food in Fitbit, but I think you're a little bit limited because you have to enter the collective calories, etc., etc., and that's kind of hard when you have individual ingredients. So it's a little bit annoying that I have to oscillate between MyFitnessPal and Fitbit, but hey, it is what it is. It's not, hopefully it's not a forever thing. It's just one of those things that I can do for a short to medium term. But yeah, I actually started noticing, like over the last couple of days, I've been noticing a bit more definition in certain parts of my physique, which is always really cool to see. Like in my forearms, when I'm washing my hands and brushing my teeth, I can kind of see different lines and definition, which is, it's always exciting. Like, it might not seem like a big deal, but it's exciting when you can start to see your body transform a little bit. And like when I was on the leg press, I could see like different lines in my, what would you call it, my thighs and my calves, which is also kind of exciting. But I guess it's that thing, like, you just need to keep doing it, be consistent every single day. So yeah, I'm home now. I'm gonna go inside, have some food, and I'll touch base later. Sweet. Yo, it's Nate. It's a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is the third time I'm attempting to record. I keep having memory problems, so I'll try to keep this one really short. But basically, just an update. So, did the workout this morning, went home, had breakfast, typical 6 Weet-Bix and a protein shake. It's about 900 calories. Then I had a snack a little bit later. It's the rice crackers with chop chicken. That's about 450 calories. And then I just had a late lunch, which is a bit harder to measure because my fiance made it today. But I basically had 100 grams white rice with 200 grams chickpea curry. And I added some Indian snacks just for texture and because I like them. I also had a little chocolate thing. So I haven't done the math, but feeling kind of hungry. I'm a little over 4,000 steps. Just doing the short walk. Might push me to 5.5. And then with any luck, I might be able to hit 8,000 by the end of the day. Did have that lunch pretty late, so I might just combine dinner and snack around 6:37, or have dinner at 6:30 and then have a supper snack, because I am meant to have 3 snacks, 3 meals, but I haven't been doing that. So yeah, I do want to talk about this book, Compound Effect, but every time I start talking about it, the recording cuts off. So maybe I'll figure out how to do that a little bit later. But I'll wrap this up now. Today's it's not a bad day. I feel a lot better compared to yesterday. If you've watched yesterday, you understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, you can kind of see the sun's out. It's a little bit windy, not too much. But yeah, almost home. So I'll touch base with you soon. Cheers. Yo, so I'm just going to show you my spreadsheet that I've been talking about. Hopefully you can see that okay. I can't figure out how to do it on the computer because I need to upload it back to the phone anyway. But this is kind of what I was talking about the split that I wanted to change. So this thing over here, this green part, this was like the original schedule routine that I was doing. So Monday I do shoulders, Tuesday cardio, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. But after looking at Sam Sulek's video and seeing the sort of 4-day training, which I'm also doing, I decided to give this a crack. So as you can see today, this one here, 20th of July, Saturday was leg and abs, so I've done that. And then tomorrow would be shoulders, and then I'll have a rest. And then Tuesday would be chest, tricep, back, bicep, rest, legs, shoulders, rest, and then I might do 4 back to back. I don't know. And just to give you a sense of the individual tracking, this is kind of like a complex system that I came up with. It was nice at the time, but it's a little bit hard to remember. But the logic of it was basically, as you enter a new weight, you start with 8 reps, then you work your way up to 10, and then you also progressively phase down. So you start heavy and then drop down to 40, do 10, do 9. And then the fourth one, this column here was like a strength check. So if I go to like this one, for example, this is front raise, this is bench press. This one's really messy, but like here, like the warm-up is 30, and then I was doing 55 for 10, drop down to 50, drop down to 45. I didn't do a strength that one. This one, 55, drop down to 50, and then I went up for 60 for 4 reps. But yeah, that's how I've been tracking. Very manual. This is the leg press that I did today. It's a very manual system. It's not ideal. And I also have the app that I'm using, but this is really helpful for me because I'm a visual person, so I like to see and plot out kind of the features. So as you'll see down here, one of the goals that I have is to be able to hit 100 near my birthday, and this is kind of how I've planned to get there. But it's easier said than done to be able to say, okay, every single week I'm going to be able to go up 5 kgs, especially on bench, because I know, talking to a friend, he said that sometimes just going up like 2.5 kgs on each side is really hard, which is basically what this would be doing. But yeah, that's the spreadsheet, and I'll touch base soon. Yo, just a quick update from me. I have just had dinner, just heading to my parents while I wait for my fiance to finish placement. So I just had dinner, and I had half of the chicken stir fry that my fiance made. It was only like 150 grams, I think, around 150 grams of chicken, and then I had a protein shake to offset, because I'm meant to eat like 250 grams protein for dinner, no carbs, so it was just chicken and vegetables. It's pretty good. It filled me up. So I haven't had a look at my calories for the day, but I'd say I'm under the target, which is good. Energy has been alright. I did have a nap earlier today. I'm still having tiredness issues for some reason. I also managed to do 100 push-ups, like on my knees. They're not proper ones. But I've been doing this thing where I try to do like 25, but I managed to do like 50 in a go, with a break in between, and then I did 25, then I took a break and did another 25. So first day of the first 100, I was doing this for quite a long time before, and now I want to start reincorporating it into my routine, in addition to everything else that I'm doing. So step-wise, I'm just under 6,000, so probably not going to hit 8 tonight, just because I'm not doing anything else after this aside from picking her up. And yeah, that's probably it for the day. You probably won't see another video from me because after this, yeah, I've had all my meals. Technically I can have like a supper, but I don't want to. Gonna try, well, I'll sleep as soon as I get home after picking her up, which will be like 11, and then try to get up again in the morning around 5:30, 6 at the latest, and then start the new day. I have a lot to talk about regarding this book that I've been reading. I spent like a couple hours today reading this Compound Effect book that I keep talking about. Fantastic book, a lot of really valuable nuggets that I think directly apply to exactly what I'm doing and what this whole journey is about. So I'll talk a bit more about that tomorrow. But for now, signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.